I'm ready.
I'm good.
Linda Schroer needs to unmute, and the unmute button is in the lower left corner of your screen.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
This is my first meeting, so please bear with me.
Having just found it 3 minutes ago myself, I know where it is.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's call this meeting to order. And Brenda, would you take the roll call, please?
Okay. Thomas Bach,
Here.
Robert Carruthers,
Here.
Ben Borengasser, Diane Misbagel, here. Mark Peterson.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. So, all right, let's see. We have the agenda and we need approval of that. So would somebody make a motion to approve the agenda that we have for this evening?
So moved.
Thank you. Any second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor of the agenda to approve, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. We have approval of last month's or last meeting minutes, which you should have in your packet.
I move we accept last.
That wasn't in April, was it? I think I've got the previous one.
September 17th, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Okay. For September 17th, a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. A motion made in second. All those in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Brenda, thank you. Okay, this evening we have a public hearing for 101 Brookfield Crossing Drive. And I believe the applicant is online with us.
No, sir. We are 330 Minot Drive, Lake St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay. I have the wrong agenda up here. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I will go find the right agenda. It's coming. There it is. How about we start with 330 Minot Drive? Okay. Let's see. I think we have, at this point, we have the public hearing, so we have input. And would you introduce yourself and then be sworn in for your comments, please?
Yes, my name is Jim Summers. I am the applicant for Raymond and Diana Yark, who are the property owners of 330 Minot Drive.
Okay.
They're here with me as well.
Okay. And can they hear us?
Yes, they can hear
Okay.
me.
So this would be the time for any input that you might want to provide the board.
I need to swear him in.
Yes.
Okay. Would you raise your right hand?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
And Mr. Summers, before you get started, my name is Patricia Beckerly. I'm the city attorney. I
Yes.
just wanted to advise you that because there's only 4 board members present this evening, you'll need a unanimous vote in favor of your variance.
Okay.
Normally there are 5 members, so we just want to get your consent to proceed and advise you that you'll need a unanimous vote.
Yes, that is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, you've been sworn in, so it's open for your comments and input to the board.
Yes, we would just like to ask the board for the approval of the variance for the Four Seasons room and deck addition to the Yarks home. We're trying to put everything on one level so they could enjoy the outdoors as well. Our lot, the way our lot is situated, it doesn't permit that. The angle of the lot line in the rear fades into about 8 feet of the Four Seasons room. Had the lot line been different or positioned with the street or the house, vice versa, it would have made our project more viable. So at this time, that's why we're asking for the variance. Behind us, there is a common ground and a bean field. To the left and right of us are homes, but we would not impede or obstruct their views or their property. So that is the purpose of the variance.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Couldn't you just make the room just slightly smaller and not have to need a variance?
It's not really going to work with the construction, the way we're constructing it, and it wouldn't be symmetrical and line up with the house properly the way we'd like it to. And it would be more beneficial to the Yarks with their health issues with their hip and their knees and stuff to have everything on one level is what we're trying to accomplish.
No, I understand that, but it looks like it's only slightly encroaching. So, but you're proposing a 16-foot, and I mean, you wouldn't have to make it asymmetrical. You just have to make it 14 and a half feet instead of.
It's roughly about 1.5 feet is
Yeah. So if you made it 14 and a half feet instead of 16 and just kept it symmetrical, went straight across still, wouldn't that work? Or are these not custom where it's 16 feet or nothing?
Well, I wouldn't say it's 16 feet or nothing. It's just the way the windows line up and the way it ties into the roof and the way we kind of design the construction. It would be very helpful to have the 16 feet.
Because there's windows all along that 16-foot area.
Yes, ma'am. It's a Four Seasons room, so it's basically a walls of windows.
And so size wise, you'd either have to go down to like 11 feet or something instead of 14 and a half, kind of a thing. Is that kind of what you're saying, or?
We would go to non-standard, be like a custom type window, and it would be a little more difficult, a little more challenging.
Okay. Now, is this on a slab or is this on a raised platform?
It's gonna be on a raised up it'll be on piers, sir.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we've already been to the city process with the building department with James. James has been out here several times. He's looked at it and he's the one that suggested that we maybe try the variance. And we're not impeding any water flow or anything like that. It was what, we showed James.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Can you identify yourself and then be sworn in for comments, please?
I'm Gary Turner, Alderman, and I'm supposed to be a liaison with the Board of Adjustment. And I apologize because this is the first time I've finally been able to make a meeting.
Welcome. Would you be sworn in first? Before your comments, you need to be sworn in, please.
Sure.
Gwen?
Would you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
My question is to Louis Clayton. And the question is, if I heard correctly, the reason the variance is required is because it reduces the setback from the backyard, is that correct, to the common ground?
Oh, yes. My name's not Louis.
So the common ground is owned by the Homeowners Association at HHR.
That is correct.
Did the homeowner check with the property manager, check if the HOA had any problem with it?
Yes, sir. We've talked to Kelly in their office and we have all the approvals from the HOA.
Okay, that was my only question. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions? I think, the drawing sent out is very straightforward. It shows the left-hand corner off the back of the house extending that, foot and a half into the easement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then it comes over.
Well, not into the easement, just into the setback.
That's correct, into the setback, and then probably over another, I can't quite 12, that's 18 feet. So probably another 5 feet over. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, yes, sir. So when you come off the house, you'll come out 18 feet or 16 feet, I'm sorry. And then you're going to go down and you'll make a right turn and you'll be about 8 or 10 feet is all we're asked. That 8 or 10 feet is the only problem area we have. Once we get to the end of the house where the deck is, we're all in compliance, and the other part of the sunroof, we're all in compliance.
Yep, that's pretty clear on the drawing. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is Patricia, wondering if now might be a good time to mark the exhibits.
Yes, I think that would be a good time to do that. And since we have them all stuck together, if you can identify them.
Sure, I'm happy to. So I think maybe we'll start with a 6-page document with a Board of Adjustment application.
Okay.
Mark that as Exhibit 1. Then we have the Board of Adjustment staff report. We'll mark that as Exhibit 2. Then we have the general warranty deed for the property. Mark it as Exhibit 3. Then a site plan prepared by Landmark Surveying Company. We'll mark as Exhibit 4. And then we'll mark the municipal code of the city of Lake St. Louis as Exhibit 5.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any additional comments from the owners or Jim?
Would you like to comment, Raymond, at this time?
Sir, it would be very beneficial if you would okay this. My husband and I both have physical disabilities, nothing unusual, but we have hip problems and knee problems, and we're both in our later 70s. And we're trying to put this room on to give us some place to go and enjoy.
I hate to interrupt you, but you need to be sworn in. Sorry.
Sorry about that. We didn't. They're gonna swear you in, Diana.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is your name, ma'am?
Diana Yark.
Thank you.
Okay.
You
Any additional comments?
Oh, I apologize, Patricia. So you named the exhibits, but they need to go ahead and approve.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
We have a motion to admit the exhibits into evidence.
Okay, we'll do a motion. Anybody want to make a motion to admit the exhibits as provided by Patricia?
I make that motion.
Okay, a motion's been made. We need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Thomas. Motion's been made and second. All those in favor of the exhibits as listed, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, Miss York, continue if you care to.
Well, I just don't know what to say. I mean, this is something that we've been planning, and we went through the homeowners first to make sure that it was, the property was okayed, and they came out and surveyed. Everything's been okayed at this level. And all the pictures have been drawn up, and was told that you have a copy or have seen those pictures. And it's only 8 feet, in which it's 14 inches or 14 and a half inches too big.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't touch anybody's property.
Okay. Yeah, I simply wanted to make sure I gave you an opportunity to add some comments if you care to. Are there any other comments from the floor?
Excuse me, sir.
Swear him in first.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You might get a little bit closer to the microphone.
Okay, better?
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Gonna shine.
Yeah, I got a beam on top of my head. I was just wondering, you know, with that levee that you got there of 6 feet, is there a reason we can't? I mean, is there something that is in planning that's going to change what that is right now?
What is the, I'm not sure I'm following your question. You talking about why there's the setback there?
Well, I kind of understand a setback, but go ahead. You can tell me why there is a setback on that.
I mean, that's just on every property for, you know, view lines and everything along those lines, but I'm not sure I understood your question. So
The
that's
city ordinance.
I'm sorry?
It's the city ordinance.
Okay. I understand that, but I also understand that there are deviations to that as well. And, you know, when I look at this and you know, I don't see anything that on that area that's something going to be built or anything. And if it should come to pass, that means we just have to tear down what we got.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
I'm sorry, did you give your name?
Yes, I think I did, but
Okay.
his name is Ray Yarp.
Ray?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions of comments from the board at this point?
No.
Okay. At this point, we will close the public comments and have any additional board comments that we might have. Any additional board comments? Okay, if none, would somebody make a motion to approve the?
I don't think you can jump, correct me if I'm wrong, Patricia, but I don't think you can jump to that. I think we have to go through the analysis.
You have to make a motion to review the
Right.
request, right?
No motion is needed, but some discussion on consideration of the factors for approval.
Right, that's what I was asking for, any additional discussion by the board. We've closed public comment, so now it's the board's time to comment.
Yeah, this is Rob. The only thing I see with this is that we've got 8 feet, 8 to 10 feet that, because of the way the lot line is the reason that this encroaches. So it's part of it encroaches, part of it doesn't. I think that's my understanding of what we're looking at here, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had the complete
Right.
understanding.
Now, if the lot line was straight across, like most of the other neighbors, more would encroach. It's because it's irregular shape that it less encroaches.
Right.
Okay. I mean, Mark, you might
I-
just want to run us through the stuff so that we can say yes or no and
Okay.
and then
Right.
vote.
Yeah, so basically the standards we adhere to are looking for any variances. We review, if I've got my list here correct. Is anything unique to this property that we see that we have to consider.
Well, they do back to common ground, which is good. So it's not like they're encroaching closer on a neighbor, you know.
Right.
The other thing is it's on a bend in the development, so their sight lines aren't really going to be affected.
Yeah. And what I see is as well is you're almost trading off some of the backyard at the bend of the property line with the request for the variance piece of property. So you're coming kind of equal. And when I look at the topographical, it's open land and back, but we can't consider what might or might not go there. So that's not an issue here.
Right.
Will granting the variance not adversely affect the right, or will it affect the rights of the adjacent property owners?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay. If we adhere to not approving this or follow the strict application of the code, will this constitute unnecessary hardship to the property owner?
Additional cost and redesign is basically what it would be, because you'd have to get unstandard windows.
Correct. Yeah. And number 4, would this adversely affect public health, safety, or other convenience for the community?
No.
Oh,
Okay. And 5, granting the variance desired will not violate the general spirit and intent of this chapter. Would that be true?
I agree. I mean, they're not really affecting sight lines and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Any other considerations we didn't mention that the board should look at?
I don't see any.
Okay. So I believe we're ready for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
second.
Okay. We have a motion to approve and second.
Excuse me, I believe I have to
Vote.
ask each one of you.
Yeah, you're correct. You have to call the vote.
Correct.
Thank you. I was simply going to ask if there's any additional discussion after we've had the motion and second. But okay, Brenda, go ahead and ask for the roll call of the vote.
Okay. Thomas Bach.
Aye to approve.
Okay. Robert Carruthers.
Aye to approve.
I'm sorry, who'd you call?
You.
Me, okay.
Yes.
I to approve.
Okay. Mark Peterson.
Aye to approve.
Okay, we have 4 in favor. It's granted.
Thank you. Thank you, the ARCs, and thank you, Jim, for spending the time with us to go through this.
Well, thank you very much for your consideration and thank you for your time, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Gary, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion's been made to adjourn. Is there a second?
Can I
Sure,
second?
second. I seconded it up.
You're doing good, Thomas. Okay, motion's been made and second for adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye.